I'm just kidding, MsPixy. But why don't you tell us a little bit about your process as well? Because I think, you know, we talk toys, we talk comics, these are similar worlds, but theater's a little different.
It's crazy. Just in case you've not seen Super Mario Brothers, which I gather 4 or 5 people have not, about a through line, it's kind of like a musical, except with stripping instead of numbers where people sing. Woo!
Sorry.
I'm a fan of boobs. I like boobs. So my own...
We like boobs.
Never let me stop you from clapping for boobs. I firmly...
But the show is smart. I mean, the show is smart. It's not just... I mean, there's like some video
well, and
stuff.
If you're not yet familiar with burlesque, what separates or distinguishes burlesque from normal pole dancing striptease, which, don't get me wrong, I love a good pole dancer. I mean, I have nothing against strip club striptease, but the biggest difference is the gimmick. Burlesque always has a concept, it always has an idea behind the number, and we wear pasties, but some pole dancers wear pasties.
There's usually a tongue-in-cheek sort of humor.
Yeah, there's definitely a sense of humor to burlesque. Not all burlesque is humorous, but mine is. I'm the funny one in my troupe.
Yeah.
My own background is in improv, musical theater, Dada. If any of you are Dada artists out there.
I am. I love that stuff.
The nation's premier Dada.
I fucking love that shit.
And I guess 4-H and sewing from my youth is where I started that. So it's kind of strange. I kind of fell backwards into burlesque. I started doing burlesque myself 7 years ago with Belmont Burlesque Review. And that was another show that we were like, hey, wait, we got a free Saturday night with no show in it. Let's put this up for one weekend. 7 years later, we have been running once a month for 7 years. And it's just super fun, you know, we dance around, we take off our clothes, we have ideas, we put sparkles on things. So...
That's pretty much like Marty does it.
Exactly. A couple of years ago, or I guess last year, Kelly Williams, the producer of Gorilla Tango, came to me, and Gorilla Tango is a for-profit theater, which is kind of unusual in Chicago. Chicago is mostly not-for-profit. When you're not-for-profit, you have to have a board of directors and a mission. And everything you do has to answer to the board of directors and the mission. When you're a for-profit theater, you do whatever the hell you want, as long as you make money. So it's been kind of liberating to be working in a for-profit model. I don't know, any of you out here not-for-profit theater people or improvisers?
Get the fuck out of here, you motherfucker! Nah, you're stink. Come to our party, $10.
It's funny because you think, often not-for-profit, you think that's where great art comes from, but it's kind of nice to be in a for-profit model because we just literally, we put together the show we want to do, and we don't have to ask 12 people sitting in a room if it's going to justify our artistic mission. We just put on a show we think is going to be a fucking rocking good time.
They should make a country based on that concept.
Yeah.
What's also awesome is that it finally kind of confirms your original sexual attraction to Mario and Luigi. You know, kind of ties that all together. Like, all right, this isn't as awkward as I originally thought it would be. And Toad and Princess, and I was always the bullet guys. I would just see those guys flying, like jumping on a ship, and I'd be like, oh man, I hope my parents don't walk in right now.
The bullet's coming on, bend over. So
not appropriate. Not appropriate.
So that was up in director's.
But you also, we'll come back. We're going to do a thing at the end where we plug future projects. Because I know you have something awesome.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you about Fellowship of the Boobs later.
We'll get to it. This panel is 4 hours long, by the way. I can't tell yet.
The way we came to Mario and Luigi for our show was we made a big list. We're called Geek Girl Burlesque. If you liked Boobs and Goombas, there will be many geek-themed shows. Boobs to the Future is coming in the future. Or possibly already happened.
I'm opening my Marty McFly already.
Sexy Doc Brown.
That's 2 jokes that are taken, so now I can't use them.
No, you can use them.
No, that's okay.
It's heavy.
So we made this big list, and Super Mario Brothers was on the list, and I looked at it and I was like, well, we can just cross that off. There's no possible way you can turn that into a burlesque show. And then I was like, well, unless you
jump around.
And then you could, and then, yeah, and within about 10 minutes we had the outline of the show written down, and you gotta come see it just to see how it can be done, because it's just, it's a wild romp through your adolescent dreams.
That's right, right. Not since Freddy Krueger has there been a greater romp through adolescent dreams.
And last but not least, on the end here we have Mr. Marty Hansen, aka the Godbeast, who a toy collector, toys,
to start,
decided to go off on your own,
make my own toys.
So how does that happen?
Well, you know, honestly, it's just like you were saying earlier. It's a matter of if you can't get it to happen, you make it happen, and it's what you want to make of it. You put forth the effort. In fact, preparing for C2E2, I was telling Ben, every 24 to 48 hour cycles, 2 to 3 hours of sleep, you know, per night, so, or in a couple days. But, you know, Ben brought a prototype to me last year, something that he, well, actually it was a sculpt that he made, and wanted to prototype, and him and I have worked close side by side for a full year now.
That's the actual figure, in case anyone's interested, you can purchase one at our booth.
Oh, don't be so sheepish.
I'll let you into that plug. But yeah, and you know, it's like this in the action figure industry. I have friends that, I brought my KC crew that Adam Smith Studios, and he does all the prototyping and mold making. He's a master mold maker for NECA toys. And then I brought Jason Fraley and Adrian Smith, and they're both sculptors, freelance sculptors now with NECA and Hallmark. And you know, they work in the industry. Jason's actually worked for NECA. Now he just freelances for them. But you know, even those artists, you know, they look at the Four Horsemen. They want to do their own thing too. And so, if you want it to happen, it's all about collaboration. It's all about networking, finding the people that do what you do or want to do, and you know, working with them to make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a really great point. Is I think that's sort of what we're trying to represent. Besides the fact that like they'll give anyone a panel at this particular convention, is that you know, like we all collaborate with everybody. We're the mouthpiece in some ways of the scene or whatever, but we can't do what we do. And Ben has had this idea for a toy that has been, you know, his idea through the voice, you know, of the Godbeast, and just like Dave, you got to participate with one of our events in San Diego, and it's just sort of, you know, now MsPixy, I mean, we can't do what we do without this community there, and I think that's a really important thing for people who either whether you're here because you like our show, which is obviously not the case, or because you're interested in starting your own podcast,
right,
or because we mentioned there'd be prizes, whatever it might be, but this is a great community, and if you kind of, you know, if you work together with everybody, there's a lot to be said, there's a lot to be done, and don't turn your back on anybody, because you never know who you're going to have to work for, or what. My cell phone is ringing.
It's important to remember though that there are a lot of
Steven Spielberg. Yeah, I'm sorry, Steven Spielberg.
If you're doing podcasting, if you're doing video reviews, if you're doing toys, if you're doing, you know, burlesque shows, if you're doing plush toys, whatever. I mean, it's important to know that if you want to do something, just fucking do it. And we're all here, and we're gonna all support one another. So that's, you know, that's our, you know, whatever moment.
I'd like to point out too, and he's been reasonably quiet. It was Mike's birthday yesterday. He turned 30. Today's Kyle's birthday today. The gentlemen have not been showing their tits according to their birthdays being today and yesterday. Not that we want to, not that I just want to wish these two a happy birthday. I've been drinking since like 9 a.m. That's not bad.
So we have a bunch of meetings since we opened to questions. We have a bunch of meetings.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could do, well, here's what we'll do. So everybody's talking about what's going on in the C2E2. Why don't we tell us about what's coming out from you guys in the future that we can watch these very talented people do, and then we'll do some Q&A and give away some prizes. Does that sound okay? Go ahead, Shawn.
Sorry. Well, so how many people have iPhones, roughly? Okay.
Hey, all right.
It's like 4. So, stuff that we're working on in the future, we had a game come out in May of 2010 called Ninja Town Trees of Doom for the iPhone, and we're in the midst of developing a sequel of some sort. It may not be a direct sequel, but it's definitely going to be a Ninja Town game for iPhone. Eventually, we hope to have Trees of Doom out on Android. Beyond that, you know, we're always going to be making new characters. The main thing that we do is Ninja of the Month. In terms of what we do in-house, which is a monthly subscription service where you can get a new ninja every month for the whole year. We did it last year, we're doing it for 2011, and hopefully we can do it for 2012.
Nice. It's awesome.
We're still waiting for the Ben and Max ninjas, by the way.
Yeah.
I just want to mention that just because you don't make one overweight ninja doesn't mean you couldn't start. It's not going to Ben, of course.
Obviously.
I'm sorry.
It's mostly hair weight.
Thank you. These jokes are going over really well. I'm really part of our party.
He's actually commuting, which is the sad part.
I am a failed physical trainer. Things didn't go my way. Nobody wants to watch somebody smoke cigarettes and drink PBR.
You look like Robin Williams from Good Will Hunting.
I do have very hairy knuckles. I do have exceptionally hairy knuckles.
It's the ruffled shirt, really.
And my orangutan-like physique. Thank you. I'll be signing anything you guys have. Whatever you have, I'll sign it. I don't give a shit.
How about you, Dave? What do you have?
Well, let's. Dave, Jim, why don't you say something? This is your first panel.
Jim, what projects do you have coming up?
I'm gonna make things sound really funny.
Yeah. Good fucking line. In here. This is not a good crowd.
Yeah.
Fantastic crowd.
Oh, you're gonna boo me? I'm sorry. I really, when you boo me from the get-go, you can't re-boo me. I've already been booed.
Is that double indifferent?
Yeah, it doesn't. Double Jeopardy. Like that movie, Jeopardy?
Yeah.
They ask all those, you have to answer the questions like with a question.
No, we got some cool stuff lined up on the podcast, but it's something we're still kind of in production phase for. So I don't want to assign things without and then let them drop off. So just wait.
All of our contracts will be null and void if we give away too much information right now.
Ben realizes it's all been a dream. And then
I'm gonna get in the shower and Patrick Dubby's gonna be there.
yeah, that is like one of your dreams. Mr. Crossland, I'm so glad you got to join us on your first panel. I'm sure you'll never do one of these again.
Yeah, definitely make you want to stick around for the other.
Oh God, I'm in it. I'm in this.
But why don't you tell us? We were aware of the ongoing Alphabet Attack series.
Yeah, there's Alphabet Attack. I'm in the belly of the beast with that. If you don't know about Alphabet Attack, it's each day from Monday through Friday I do a piece of art to coincide with the sci-fi alphabet. So the first one was Akira's Awakening, and it's Akira popping out of that big bubble thing he's trapped in. And then I did Barbarella, Anyway, ABC. Yeah, Barbarella's bodacious buxomness.
And where can we find these?
Oh yeah. It's alphabetattack.blogspot.com. Yeah, you can find it. You can come over to Artist Alley Table K3. I've got some of them there with me. But yeah, I'm on K right now, so I'm whipping through that series. I've got a couple solo comics I'm doing. I took a break from comics for a couple years, and I came back writing and drawing some of my own stuff. So I have some self-published stuff coming up later this year. Working on an art project for a film with Shawn Alexander. He's a painter, friend of mine. Yeah, lots of stuff. I'm just kind of
from Seinfeld.
Yes.
He painted at our party.
George.
He painted at our party as well.
Yes, I paint. I do live painting. If you're ever in Los Angeles, I'll let you buy me a taco. I'm around.
Quite a deal.
If
you're from Chicago, you can buy me a taco.
Actually, yeah, while I'm here, buy me a taco.
That goes for Nerd City in general. If you'd like to buy us a taco, we promise we'll eat it.
But buy me a taco first.
Yeah, Crossland gets dibs on first
Yeah,
taco.
that's my way to
You donate a taco directly on PayPal? Or
We're on Kickstarter, but it's tacos. You're not allowed to donate any money. I'd like to donate 50,000 tacos to Nerd City.
It's called Project Sloppy Second Taco.
Wow. Oh, that's what offended all of them. I'm so glad you stuck around for all of this.
That's disgusting, but I like it a lot.
So yeah, the point is buy Dave Crossland.
Yeah, just buy me. I'll draw for you.